Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, welcome back to another pre-market watch list. Thanks again for tuning in. So far, not the most exciting day to start. A couple things are on the watch list, as always. So we'll take a peek at a couple things. Again, I don't see a whole lot really moving crazy this morning. Again, we're still in the whole market dependency market, right? So for some of you guys who've been trading the past couple days, not even the past couple days, just if you've been involved in the market recently, you know that it's a very market indice dependent market, okay? SGBX, we can look at it. So this was a big mover yesterday. It actually spiked kind of all later in the day, and actually it was pretty obvious that there was a good entry there, middle of the day if you were watching it. You'll see that midday yesterday on SGBX, like right in the middle of the day here. Oh, hold on one second. Yeah, right in the middle of the day here, pretty much all the volume dried up. You can see like there was just no volume trading here in the middle of the day. And a lot of times that could be a nice signal that we're actually going to have a move higher, basically because no one's selling it down. So there was actually a pretty good signal of this taking off right about here yesterday. I wasn't paying attention to it at the time. And so we've seen it's squeezed all the way up. We've rolled all the way down. At this point, I'm not really a big fan of being long on it. And really, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of... I'd have to say you want to be more short bias SGBX today. You're not really going to want to be long. Typically, I would say that this is more of in the buy portion of the day, which it is. It's actually more of a long in terms of where it's at in its trend, but... it is a penny stock, so I don't really trust it to have an extremely great day today. So just on standby for SGBX myself. I'm not going to be trading long bias it. The big move happened yesterday. We've really crashed out today. The only thing I think you'll see if there is a long move is a bounce maybe back up. So that's the only thing I'd be watching it for, is kind of a bounce move, only because it's really down at $6, okay? So SGBX myself, I'd just be on standby. I'm not going to trade that. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Coco. Rav, PWR. Good morning, guys. So SGBX, nonetheless, I think is just a stock that I would be more on standby today. Okay. We're going to take a look at the SPY here, SPY. So obviously you can see we've trailed down quite a bit overnight on the SPY. Right now, intraday, it's really just riding the trend. China's riding trend down. If you're looking at the SPY from, like a larger time frame, you might be able to argue we have a little bit more downside. I think ultimately we might have a little bit more downside in the market in this move. I don't really think that this retracement you're seeing today is going to lead into a really big leg down in the market. It could, just seems a little less likely that this is going to be the next really big leg in the market. If it is, then by gosh, everyone get ready for more pain. But I just don't see it being the next really big drop to our market if there is one. Okay. So for right now, going into the open on the market, have more of a bearish mindset right now. I can't really justify trying to be long in this market today until really we kind of get towards maybe like 240s would be my guess there. But anyways, just kind of watching the SPY for right now, okay? AYTU, IFRX. IFRX is another common stock that people are looking at today. So we'll take a look at that. IFRX. So IFRX later in the day yesterday squeezes after hours, runs up pretty big. In reality, from a channel perspective, it is a buy. I don't really like it because it's just kind of fading. If you look at how it's approached these lower levels, it keeps getting sold into pretty good. So for right now, I'm kind of hesitant to even being long bias on IFRX. But if you want to watch it, arguably it is in a sense at a buy level right now. But the way it's formed going into the lower side of its channel today, I'm not a big fan of that one. Like I said, today I didn't really have any stocks that seemed very exciting to watch for the moment. We can take a look at AYTU. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll take a look at it. So it's kind of up a little bit. So unless this is breaking out of something on the daily chart, yeah, so you can see like here, like here's a good example, right? So from an hourly chart or maybe even a 4-hour chart, 4 hours decent. But if we look at an hourly chart here, you can see we naturally tend to bounce here off these lower levels. So we're starting to do that right now. I think if AYTU has a long move out of the gates today, you're going to see it up to about as high as $1.95, but not too much more unless it really was breaking out. So the respectable move for right now, or a price target, would probably be about $1.96 to $1.95 on AYTU. Again, if it has a spiking move. Okay. DFFN, have not seen this yet. Let's take a look. Okay, so quick spike up, has a bearish divergence, so this should get sold into here pretty soon. Well, it's already started to. Might see a little more there. But yeah, it does appear that it has a pretty clear divergence. You can see right here. Momentum's trailing down as this is going into a new high. So we've started selling. Question is, do we get a whole lot more selling on that top? I think we might, but I got to check the daily chart. So let's take a look at some longer time frames. That's not going to do me much good. I'm going to go 4-hour. So the 4-hour time frame shows us we just got to resistance. So unless DFFN today breaks back over the price of pretty much this white line. So unless we can actually get over that white line successfully and hold, you're probably not going to see too much more of a move. But that particular white line there that I drew, that is the 4-hour downtrending resistance. So if we can get through that, that's where you'll see a spike, which obviously is basically the pre-market high, because pre-market DFFN ran all the way up into resistance. So you would normally just look at this and go, okay, if we can get over the pre-market high, it'll be a good move. But in reality, it's really, can you get over the 4-hour downtrending resistance, which we hit pre-market. Okay, so ultimately, yeah, if DFFN gets all the way back up over that 4-hour downtrending trend line, then you could see a move. But until then, you have a bearish divergence going into that high. Probably going to see that sell off. Thoughts on UVIX? Normally we get UVXY questions, but I'll take a look. Yeah, I don't think UVIX, I've never heard of that. So unless maybe you're talking about UVXY. Good morning, JD. Good morning. OSUR short position. OSUR maybe. I know that has had a pretty good move to the upside. So unless on the daily chart it's running into resistance, which it's not, it's just kind of actually squeezing straight up. Yeah, I would not try to be short on that for right now. You are getting a sell down day. Yeah, there's really nothing on the daily chart or anything from a longer term perspective that really tells you to short. You could argue that this move has gone somewhat parabolic, so you'd probably have a decent red pullback day. That you could justify, but we don't really have any sort of big exhaustion gap, at least for now. This could be the exhaustion gap. No, I probably wouldn't be short bias OSUR for now. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate it, boss. Appreciate it. NUGT, excuse me. If you're looking at NUGT or you're looking at JNUG, remember that those are leveraged ETFs and they follow the gold mining ETFs. It's like GDX. So if you're thinking about JNUG or NUGT, as long as GDX performs well or is going up, then JNUG or NUGT will perform good on the day. If we go and look at GDX right now, you're going to see that over the past couple days, GDX has been going down. So if we go look at JNUG, you'll see that obviously over the past couple days, this has been going down. So again, GDX is the ETF you would follow along with if you're considering buying JNUG or NUGT. So for right now, I'm not a big fan of being bullish on JNUG or NUGT, and the reason why is because GDX really isn't in a position to have super extremely fast moves right now. So if this isn't going to have extremely big ripping moves, JNUG or NUGT won't see big fast moves. You'll probably just end up tying up your capital in one of those trades for longer than you'd most likely like. Sam, I'm not. That doesn't make much sense to me. If you're putting it on the chart, it would normally show up. So there's probably something you're doing wrong along the lines, and I'm not sure what that would be off the top of my head. But yeah, if they're not coming up on your chart, there's got to be something that you'd be doing wrong along the lines when you're doing it. Would you swing trade crude? I mean, so with forward/CL, so this is oil. We've been watching forward/CL for some time after the big kind of down move, expecting a reversal. Now, I know there's a lot more to oil than just looking at a chart and a couple things and going, oh yeah, that's good, right? There's a lot more at play there, between Russia, between the United States and Saudi Arabia. I mean, there's a lot going on in the oil market that's beyond technical analysis. But from a technical analysis standpoint, the momentum is slowing down a little bit to the downside on forward/CL, which would mean that we are kind of getting towards a reversal scenario as long as we keep doing it. If we keep pressing new lows like this while momentum's trending up, we're going to get a reversal. It's the same thing that we talked about on the S&P 500 from a 20-year chart. We were saying there is a monster divergence and you should expect that we're going to go into a bear market. That's something that we've been pointing out in our private group for the last year, is that our whole market here since 2017 was in a bearish divergence. From the 2017 high to the highs we put into 2020, we had performed a monster bearish divergence. So that's also a technical analysis that's telling you that our market was probably due for a move to the downside, was that technical analysis there. And so we're starting to see that happen on forward/CL, not anywhere near the degree we were seeing on the S&P 500. So the only bullish divergence we have that's somewhat occurring, I believe, is on just the 4-hour chart for right now. So we're getting early signs of a reversal on the 4-hour chart. It hasn't quite yet made it to a daily chart or a very long-term chart right now. So until you're starting to see divergences really big on a 4-hour and a daily chart, you're probably not going to see a big reversal on oil. So until that happens, I wouldn't really be very, very bullish on some of the oil plays. Hold on one second. Alex, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, if you guys are online right now watching this, as soon as we end this stream, we just put up a stream that has no audio, but just stock scanners all day from Trade Ideas. So just an FYI, if you didn't know, we already did it. Some people like to watch it, some don't really care for it, but if you're someone who likes to watch stock scanners and have stocks alerted to you, we'll run that stream for you guys all day through market open once we end this stream for the day. Okay. Daniel, further this month, timing is always very hard. But yes, I believe our markets are going to be going lower. I didn't want to be short bias the market again. As you know, I've been more long bias the market as we pretty much got to the recent lows. I've been more of a long, saying not to short. Now I'm starting to get back to more of the short perspective. But I would really like to see our markets up near 280. 290 might be a stretch now with how far we've dropped, but 290 would be ideal right now for the market to get to for a new short position. Does it happen? I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea. That's what I do. I watch all day long, and as we start to form and prices get to certain levels, game plans can change. But still, for now, the ideal price for me would be 280s. Honestly, 290 would be awesome to see the market at before really building a very bearish thesis play again. No, not, it might be delayed by about a second now, but no. So John, you're asking how long do you think for GDX to reverse to go to an uptrend? GDX is already uptrending, I believe. If I look at it, let me just double check. Yeah, so in reality, so from a yearly perspective, so on a 1 year chart, in reality, GDX is uptrending still. It's not actually downtrending. From a 3-year chart, we're still uptrending. 20-year chart, we're actually downtrending. So we're downtrending on a 20-year chart, but from a 3-year perspective, you're uptrending. From a yearly perspective, you're uptrending. 4-hour, you're obviously going to be, 4-hour, you're downtrending. I thought it would still be uptrending. So in the larger time frames, we're still actually uptrending. And then also look at gold. So there's gold for you. This is /GC. So gold on a 4-hour chart is uptrending. Daily chart uptrending. 20-year chart still uptrending. Big time. So I expect that we're going to see gold go. So this is what we're watching right here. We're watching the gold market to go through this middle regression level, and as our gold market gets through this middle trend, we should see a bull market rally, probably up to about at this point we could probably see a gold market rally even as high as 2,100. So that's really what we're watching. We're watching to see if we can get this gold prices successfully through our middle regression trend over the 20-year chart, and if that happens, we'll probably see a gold rally to 1,800, possibly as high as 2,000 to 2,100. If that were to happen, there's a strong chance that GDX will also go higher. But you have to remember that GDX is a gold miners ETF, and it doesn't directly play into the price of gold. But when gold is moving more bullishly, when the price of gold is increasing per ounce, generally you're going to see miners do better. All right. But it's not like a 1-to-1 scenario where if gold goes up $1, GDX goes up $1. It's not a 1-to-1 scenario, okay? So right now, in theory, GDX is uptrending. But the coronavirus is also hitting mining companies because some mining companies closed due to coronavirus. So in the time when gold prices are increasing, they're not able to mine as much of it, which means, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of the gold mining companies can't actually mine the gold at its high price right now because they're also closed down. So the coronavirus did kind of throw this awkward wrench into the market that a lot of us aren't used to seeing before, because it is kind of a black swan, really unknown, random event that is hitting all sorts of businesses a little differently, right? So there is some uncertainty that still kind of weighs into GDX along with gold, because the mining companies are shut down because of the coronavirus pandemic. But if gold prices continue to increase, and that means they're going to be able to make more money per selling each gold ounce. So a lot of unknown factors still at play. Still think gold's going to be a bullish asset for quite a while now. Hold on. Let's see. Am I still watching AMD? I mean, I watch AMD all the time, so I'm assuming probably yes. Josh, your question about the taxes, probably not. I mean, still you want to speak to someone who does taxes, but most likely not. To me, it doesn't make any difference, so I haven't had any situation where it makes much difference. Then again, I'm not the one who does my taxes, so, but no, honestly, no. Daniel, do I believe the coronavirus was a setup to eventually push, mandatory large-scale vaccines, Event 201? I mean, there's a lot of things that you could say it is. It's hard to know for sure. One thing we know for sure is, you really just don't know. You have no idea. There are a lot of evil forces in the world, right? And a lot of them are dressed up in suits, and they hold political positions. Sometimes they can go as high up as the number one seat of the president, but there's a lot of shady things that happen in this world that you will never know about and probably never find out about. So it's hard to say, but it is 100% believable in the world we live in. Did it happen? Is it happening? I'm not a big enough guy to know. That's way above my pay grade. But things like that do happen for a fact. That big of a scale, it's hard to say. Again, above my pay grade. Is MFA a good deal? Carver, we looked at that one earlier. Weren't really crazy about it. I would probably pass on MFA for right now. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of it, right? So later today, I'll also I'm going to be putting up a video later today. I tried to do it the other day, and then I edited the whole thing. I edited this whole video. It was really great. Spent a lot of time on it. It actually took me 2 days to make the video, and then as I went to upload it to YouTube, there was a processing error. So somewhere along the lines when I was editing the video, something happened, and I screwed everything up. So I basically just wasted 2 days of work. It sucked. So today, I'm going to do just a raw, unedited video so I can get it up quickly this time for you guys. But it's going to be on pre-market trading, how to do it, and a couple tips around that, because look at the SPY. We've seen the market jump. The reason I wanted to put this video out too is look at the move you had in the market. From the close yesterday at 257 on the S&P 500, we're at 247 today. There was a $10 gap, $10 move overnight in the market. And that's what we've been seeing a lot of. Almost every day there's like a $5, $10 move in the market overnight. So if you know how to trade pre-market and the tips around it, there's more advantages to there's more things to take advantage of right now, okay? So I'm going to try and get that up today. Shouldn't have a problem doing that, okay? All right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to head back to our private group. I plan on doing kind of a live trading session with you guys too one of these days. We might make that more of a routine thing every once in a while. But I spoke to Brandon, who's my partner, who also, you can see the screen, that screen behind me moving. When I'm on YouTube, he takes over in our private group, and then he runs through a lot of watch lists with our members. So I talked to Brandon. He's cool with it. Some days he'll run our whole trading room, and then some days I'll pop on here, and then he might also join us on YouTube. Depends if we can figure out the logistics perfectly, timing and managing it all. But if we can, we're going to try to do that for some of you guys. So that should be fun. All right, guys, other than that, everybody take care. Have a great rest of your day, as always, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, take care.